A spiritual war between angels and demons that can't be seen with the natural eye. A serial killer is roaming through the streets of Atlanta, Georgia, claiming lives and leaving symbols on all the victims. Joseph Battle, a registered nurse at Savannah Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia, has secretly loved his fellow nurse Mary Anderson ever since they were in the 6th grade. Joseph is devastated when Mary falls in love and marries the handsome new neurosurgeon, Dr. Devin Sawton, and becomes pregnant with their first child. After a nurse at Savannah Hospital becomes the 12th victim of the serial killer, Joseph and his father, Pastor Battle, discover that Dr. Sawton has a deep, dark, hidden secret. A secret so ancient and deadly that it could destroy Mary, her unborn child, and all of humanity. Hi, my name is Patricia Goins, and I am an author. And I decided to join the TikTok challenge and recommend my own books, right? So I started writing in 2006, and I've written a total of 7 books. 6 of them you see here, starting with This Can't Be Love. The Love House, Ladies Delight, which is a 3-book series. And I actually turned the first 2 into films. The first one, This Can't Be Love, is actually a full feature film that you can see on YouTube. And then also The Love House, which is a short film. I didn't do a movie for Ladies Delight, but it's still part of the 3-book series. And it deals with a domestic violence shelter. So it's a women's fiction. And then the 3 at the bottom, the one in the middle, which is called Are You Ready to Open Your Gifts from God? It's kind of like an inspirational book. And then The Swingers is a fictional book as well, kind of a erotica a little bit, but much more than that. And then The Symbol, which is the one that I'm going to be talking about today, which is a different cover than what you'll see online. You'll actually see the cover right here. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to point to the right spot right here. But so The Symbol came to me in a dream, right? About 2012, I was going through domestic violence counseling, which is what inspired me to write the books that you see at the top, the 3-book series. And there was a pastor there who was like, God is about to give you a new book in a dream. And every time I would go to her, she would say that. And she's like, have you had a dream yet? I'm like, no, I ain't had the dream yet. She's like, you will. And sure enough, I did. And the dream was so like surreal. It looked like a movie to me, right? And when I woke up, I immediately wrote it down, everything I saw in the dream. And so, but I held it for 7 years. I didn't publish the manuscript for 7 years because I wasn't really sure, if that's something I wanted to publish because it wasn't what the normal genre of books that I write because it's a science fiction thriller. But the book definitely keeps you in suspense and it takes you on this journey, right? Mary and Joseph, they're 2 nurses that work at this hospital, but it's all the stuff that goes on, on top of the fact that it's a love story. So it's a love story, but it's in a science fiction thriller. My books keep you in suspense. That's my goal. Like you'll never really know what's really happening. So even when you see Swingers, which I know you're probably looking at the title like, wow, right? But even with Swingers, it's much more than what the title is. It's about a married couple who the wife loves her husband and she really wants to save the marriage stuff. The husband has an issue. He's been, doing a lot of stuff that he shouldn't be doing or whatever. And so they go to counseling and they're really trying to make the marriage work. And he's like, well, why don't you come with me to a swingers club? And then, at least we'll be together and it won't be considered cheating. And so she don't really want to go, but she wants to save her marriage. So she goes. And when she goes to this club called Tigers in Atlanta, it opens up this whole journey that she never expects. And it deals with a lot, suspense and thriller, murder, all kind. It's a lot that goes on with swingers. It really does. And even with the symbol, it's not what you think. It's what you think, but it's not what you think. And I really feel like God gave me this book to let us know through me about what was to come, because I wrote this in 2012, right? And so this dark energy that you see is basically, that spiritual battle that's going on between demonic spirits and angels that we don't see with our natural eyes. But the angels are sent to protect the city. But like I said, it's not the same cover as what you'll see on online bookstores or whatever. I really recommend my books because everyone who's read my books said they couldn't put them down. They're page turners. You probably get through them quick because of how I keep the reader engaged. So I definitely would like to recommend my books. You can go to my YouTube channel, Miss Goins 1119, which is MSGOINS 1119. And then you'll be able to see the movie for This Can't Be Love, and also the short film I did for The Love House. And then Ladies Delight is the last book in that series. But like I said, it's about a domestic violence shelter because I was in a domestic violence shelter, which is what inspired me to write the books. But the other books that you see at the bottom were books that I wrote later. And all my books, they're worth checking out. So I would encourage you to check me out. TikTok, I hope it's okay if I promote myself, Patricia M. Goins, for this contest. I hope that you will check me out, and I hope that you will enjoy reading the books as much as I enjoy writing them. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.
You changed my world.